morning, everybody. How's it going? I'm gonna test the intro. I'm gonna test the intro because I've been looking at these videos, and usually I wait until the time. I press the go button, and then I wait until the time it pops up on the top. JD Jr. at 8:10 a.m. Saturday morning. Always popping at Warriors Creek. Anyway, that's not what this video is about, okay? Okay? Well, let me go ahead and finish my thought. I just want to say good morning before I saw the little timer on my phone over here. So, because usually I've been noticing there's been like a second or two lag. I'm like just staring at the camera for like the first second or two of my videos. So, anyway. Yeah. So there's my little experiment. I said good morning before I saw the little timer go off. So we'll see how it turns out. Anyway, I wanted to make a video today. I don't know how political it's going to be because I don't really have anything political to say, but maybe I do. We'll see. But I wanted to make this video because I guess social awkwardness or something like that, at least on my end. You know, whatever it is on y'all's end is whatever it is on y'all's end that I obviously can't see. But anyway, you know, yesterday I walked Gypsy. My mom, she went out to dinner with some teacher friends. One of her teacher friends retired. She went to a retirement dinner. So I walked Gypsy and made that video yesterday. And you know, if it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you know, I wouldn't mind. It would just be like another day, another dollar. But things have been getting a little better. I mean, there's obviously some resistance to things, resistance to me being a fellow citizen, American citizen, like anybody else. Obviously, there's going to be resistance to that to the very end because they don't stop unless they're stopped. But anyway, the point I wanted to make was, you know, if I made that video and it wouldn't have been a thing, I wouldn't have, you know, another day, another dollar type situation. But, you know, it's like I made such a pleasant video in the morning. And in the evening, when we walked Gypsy around 8 p.m., you know, it wasn't so pleasant. I just wasn't in a good mood, and I just wasn't having it. And that's just how it is sometimes, you know. So as far as social awkwardness, I'm sure that, you know, I put a lot of stuff out there, and before I put a lot of stuff out there, somebody else said, without my consent. I'm gonna say allegedly, but obviously, you know, it's May 17, 2025, obviously, right? Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to make another video because I kind of hate to have left in the public. Like, it wasn't a bad video at all. Those two little videos I posted on Twitter. If you happen to be keeping up, if not, you know, it might be confusing. But the point I'm trying to make is there was a time since after January 2021 where, you know, I put videos out there, and it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to, you know, go through these things and these social interactions and stuff. And it's uncomfortable to put that on the internet, but I chose to do that because, like I just said, somebody else already made that decision for me before January 2021, right? So I said, well, I'm just going to do this on my terms and go from there. And so, And you know, side note, one of the first things people would say would be like, "Oh, you can't film me." Oh, okay, I can't film you. Why is that? But anyway, about social awkwardness is what I'm getting at. So, you know, I feel a little bit socially awkward that I kind of, you know, was depressed, not in good spirits, and I put a video out there. So, you know, if it was a couple years ago, you know, I wouldn't have minded. But now, seeing it's May 17th, 2025, and things are looking up for the most part. It is a glass half full type situation. Not a glass half empty, glass half full. Even though sometimes, you know, it's like I said, I put this stuff out there, you know, on my terms and stuff like that. But you know, a little socially awkward yesterday. So she was in a good mood, and now she's not in a good mood. Yeah, it's an everyday thing. Um, and so I just kind of want to make this video just to kind of like ease the kind of social awkwardness of not being in the best mood in a very public platform that I don't have access to. I just post on my YouTube and I get like what, 5 views, and I think from people I've already hidden user from my channel. You can't block people on YouTube, in case you didn't know. Or if you can, I am not aware of how you do that. So yes, I just want to make this video. You know, every morning, you know, you can evaluate my psychology all you want. That's another reason why I put all this out there. You know, there could be a psychologist evaluating my psychology, and then somebody who's not a psychologist evaluating my psychology. You know, that's uh, who else has this happened to? You know, even if it's happened to somebody else other than me, well, then at least you have a more of a data set than just me, right? So anyway, yeah, I don't mind my psychology being evaluated. And as far as the social awkwardness, you know, I feel now I have the luxury to be like, excuse my depressed kind of feelings yesterday evening while I was walking Gypsy. I wasn't having it. Like, you trying to be all nice to me like that. That's another part of the cycle. Is they try to wear you down, and then if you're kind of like a happy person or something like that, just naturally, then there's going to be like a go-to. They're mean, they're mean, they're mean, and in this instance, they're not entirely mean. They have made some concessions. Then that's the expectation of the happy person to be nice and reach out. So I wouldn't have seen that before. So no. So you may call that an overreaction, and it may have some social awkwardness and anxieties to it. But here I am this morning making another video saying, you know what, I don't really have to sit with that social awkwardness. I can go and explain this stuff, which might not have been something that happened 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, so on. So yeah, good morning, another day, another dollar. I wake up in the mornings really hopeful, and obviously I gotta live my life. I step out, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do, which is primarily say I'm not a public figure and celebrity, and proceed from there in a very kind of controlling way. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee and continue this conversation in 1 second. Okay, and one more thing that I wanted to add is when I make those videos like that and post it out there, like, it's not my choice to be here. I'm not talking about my husband. I'm not talking about 47 and anything that he's doing, especially anything that he's doing wrong. I repeat, and I just assume it's a baseline. I think he's an extremely smart and intelligent person. He knows a lot. He has a lot of life experience. and I trust him 100%. Okay, I just assume that's the baseline. So when I say stuff like that, when I make a video, like, I really hate being here. It's not that I don't love my mom and my sister Tracy, who I share this house with, right? It's not that I don't trust my husband, because I do 100%. I make those videos geared towards the nefarious or the bad actors who's keeping us like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not one debate, not one interview, not one advertisement, not nothing before and after 2021. If it's not about making money, then what is it about? Something I've been asking for, 4 years? Maybe 3 years? So that's another thing that I want to clear up too. Is when I say stuff like that, I'm not faulting my husband at all. I trust him 100%, and I'm glad that he is safe, obviously. And it's frustrating living in this house, just like it's frustrating being stuck in this neighborhood. But I don't fault my mom or my sister Tracy. Kimmy doesn't live in this house, but I don't fault her for any of that either. That's not who I'm speaking to when I make that. And something that I think I've said on the live stream before 2021 is, I want to appropriately direct my anger. And I think a theme has been making people who actually support me make it seem like they're the ones doing this to me, and the people who are actually doing this to me are not the ones doing this to me. So I just want to clear that up. I feel great in the mornings. I'm a happy person, and I wake up every morning excited and hopeful. But some days are hard, and especially if it's this continued, every time I step out, I don't want to go to the library. This is ridiculous. It's not only they're not treating me like I'm a normal person. It may kind of seem that way, but they are treating me like, it feels like they have the upper hand, because they know I'm a public figure and they're not recognizing it, and they're in my space. So, and I think a point that I've already made is, you want to do all this stuff, keep me like this. I'm not a celebrity and public figure, but yet you're taking the extra time to make me feel like I'm harassed and uncomfortable all day. In a way, you're giving me special attention. It's something that I think I've noted on, like, as far as talking psychology and stuff. Like, who do they like better, you or me? Is there some sort of jealousy here? So you don't like me, and you do this, but then you go through this, and then you process it, and then is there jealousy? Because there shouldn't be. I'm married. So obviously there shouldn't be any jealousy like that. So, but yeah, just wanted to take this time to say, kind of ease this social anxiety that I have about making that video and posting it on my Twitter yesterday. 1 second. Looks like it's about time for Josie and my mom to be having their morning time in the backyard. I heard her playing, so I move over here. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, there's my that part of the video. Turned out to be like 15 minutes. That's okay. But yeah, I just wanted to clear any confusion and ease my social anxieties for having to put out a video of a bit unpleasant nature, at least emotionally, out there. It's not good. It's not a good feeling. Like, when you put something out in the public, you want it to be nice, and you want it to be, good, I guess, and you don't really want to put something out in public where it's hard to be the bad guy. It really is. I mean, there might be a certain type of personality where it's like, you know, you can be the bad guy, and if that's what we're talking about, oh, I see somebody right there. So they're really gonna try it on Squaw Creek. Okay. That's what they're gonna do. I told you, see, from the morning until when I go to bed, it is just this constant fight, for lack of a better word. What's your job? I'm over here wondering that because, yeah, I'm living with my mom. Okay. But anyway, yeah, it's just a constant fight, and it's not pleasant to be the bad guy or look a certain way in public. It's just like psychologically, just like on your, like, that's what happens, you know? It's not the best feeling in the world, not looking like the good guy in public, obviously, right? Kind of a universal quality and trait there. But yeah, happy Saturday. Just wanted to clear that up. And what else? A lot of no, 1 second. I'm trying to move over here because she kept getting attention, so I can't even sit over there without back alley over there being like, I have to look at them, which is disgusting. If you're wondering, my Instagram is back to that uh, all that stuff, and honestly I think it's to make me feel insecure about myself. So where's this from? People selling hair, people gotten all their stuff done, but they're closed this time, so that's good. You can't technically say it's of a pornographic nature on my Instagram search. So anyway, depressed about several things, and one of those things is the Ralston at the zoo. It's very disappointing. It'd be nice to have a gorilla habitat, but as far as a convention center, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to be a nonprofit. I'm not sure why the money would go there. So if you're wondering, I'm also depressed about the Ralston at the zoo. I wish there was not a Ralston event center located at the zoo. So why does it have to be the San Antonio Zoo? You can't have an event center anywhere else? If you're living in a city that happens to have a zoo, feel free to let us know if there's an event center. Specifically for like galas, weddings, ceremonies, so on and so forth. Not necessarily like a learning center, but an event center. So, and it's taken really long to build. I think it was in the works since before the zoo entrance was built. Why else have a gorilla? The new zoo entrance, which also contains an event center at the entrance. So, very depressed about that. This neighborhood we're never gonna tell you. But yeah, as far as psychologically speaking, still here, another day, another dollar. I'm I know my husband wants to be with me, and he knows I want to be with him, and this is a ridiculous situation, and yeah. I don't know who would not find this a ridiculous situation other than the people who live here in this neighborhood. This is not a ridiculous situation, but I am a ridiculous person. Um, but yeah, anyway, I guess that's my chit chat for today. I wish things didn't have to be like this. I always wish things wouldn't have to be like this. What person would not want that? This is absolutely ridiculous, like I just said. So, I always don't want to be here. I always want to be with my husband. It doesn't make any sense that, especially in y'all's perspective, I can only imagine how it's just, I've been living my life before 2021, and then after 2021, it has to be like this. Well, what changed? Political party affiliation? That's your answer? Okay. That's your answer. That's your answer. You got it on record? Okay. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know, there are ups and downs, and, I try to share a lot with y'all, but recently I've been kind of having space for my privacy, holding space for my privacy, for lots of reasons, and one of which is 47 is 47. I really want to respect what the White House is, and all of that. But I am who I am, and this is the situation, and so nothing has changed as far as how I'm treated in that regard, still in a box, so to speak, as far as the 2020 elections go, right? Can't get out of this box. But anyway, another day, another dollar. It looks like another weekend like this. So I can't wait to be with my husband. I can't wait to join society. I'm holding space for some privacy, privacy for me and stuff like that. And it is kind of hard to balance, but not impossible, and not the worst situation to be in as far as that goes. But anyway, I guess I'll talk to you later. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. See this cup? We went to Las Vegas, and my mom got it from my grandmother. You notice the cross stitch, right? And so now I have it because my grandmother has passed. Alice Doll. So, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you later. Happy Saturday. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for listening. By all means, if you want to expand on that conversation, feel free to do so. Let me know about y'all's zoo. Do y'all have an event center where y'all can host weddings and galas and stuff? I'm really depressed about it. Not even a recognition. And so if I donate to the zoo, I'm going to choose not to have an event center. My donation will, and then you have to wonder, if you donate to the zoo, are you donating to the event center? The event center, it's a one way. You use the event center, and the event center goes to the zoo. You donate to the zoo, it does not go to the event center. Anyway, that's been weighing heavy on my mind. This is ridiculous. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.